What's up, tribe? Welcome back to the House of Cush, where evolved hustlers come to learn more about astrology, rootwork, conjure, tarot, herbalism, and culture. I'm your host, Raji, and this is the Cush Almanac for July 2026. Now, if you're new here, welcome home. And if you're an OG, thank you so much for continuing to support my content. All right, y'all. Now, every month we do sit down together and we look at the astrology, not just to find out what's happening in the sky, but to understand what it means for our businesses, our money, our relationships, our spiritual practice, and the legacy that we're building. Because around here, astrology isn't just entertainment, it's strategy, and root work isn't just superstition, it's tradition. Hell, it ain't superstition at all. Now, success isn't just measured by how much money you make, it's measured by how aligned your life becomes during that process. So go ahead and grab your coffee, your tea, your notebooks, or if you're anything like me, light your candle, pull a card, and let's get into July, all right? Now, first things first, we're going to tap into the energy because if I had to summarize July in one sentence, after looking through everything, I'd say your preparation is finally beginning to meet your opportunity, right? That's the energy we got here. This isn't necessarily the month where everything is going to change like overnight, like snapping your fingers or rubbing a genie lamp or whatever. It's a month where your work that you've been doing behind the scene, it begins to create momentum. Now, Spirit is consistently reminding me that many of us have been planting seeds for months. Like, I've been seeing that all in the collective readings as we've been building up to this point, right? And we've definitely been learning, we've been healing. A lot of us have been pivoting during this time. There's a rebranding vibe, and we've been letting people go. And we've also saying no to things that maybe we would have said yes to a year ago. Like, it's not giving. So now we come across the energy of July asking, what are you going to do with the room that you've created? Because an open road is only useful if you're willing to walk it, right? Faith without works is dead. And if you believe in something and you simply want to see things change, you do have to put one foot in the other. I felt it was very interesting. I heard another creator speaking about root work and conjure and just hoodoo in general, and how typically when you would, I think his name is Prophet Lou, if I'm not mistaken, on TikTok. But he was talking about how you used to have to like be sent home with a little homework when there was a working to be done. Like, there are some things that you do. And if you've ever booked a service with me, you already know how I get down. I have prep work, and we have also follow-up care work that while I am doing something, you are also doing something. So road openers this season, you can't just light the candle. You do have to go through the process, right? And also the 3D, like, if this is your game. Now let's talk about what's happening astrologically this month, because there is quite a bit that we have to look forward to. And if this energy is used wisely, it could definitely be to your major benefit. Now, I want to go through the major transits with y'all for July. So first of all, let's just accept the fact that July is a month of strategic recalibration, right? We are going to be reviewing the past, strengthening the foundation, then moving decisively when the fog begins to lift. Major transits that are going to enhance this is July the 2nd, Mars is going to enter Gemini, okay? Around the 7th, we're going to have two major things happen. Venus enters Virgo, okay? Neptune stations retrograde. All right, and those are very significant within the community, and also finances is how well we approach life and, creating. Also, we'll get into that though. July the 14th, we have the new moon in Cancer coming up, y'all. So 3 days before, 3 days after, mark your calendars. Now, if you don't have the time to jot this down right now, I will be posting the almanac as well as these transits on House of Cush Patreon, so you guys can check those out. No worries. Now, July the 20th through the 21st, the sun enters Leo, and this is going to vary depending on your area, so make sure y'all put y'all time zone information in. July the 23rd, we've got Mercury stationing direct, okay, because we've been in retrograde for this time period, and it will continue. Now, there will be a little shadow, so still stay on your P's and Q's. Now, on the 26th, two majors, Saturn stations retrograde, and the North Node enters Aquarius, a true node. And on the 29th, y'all, there will be a full moon in Aquarius, okay? Now, all throughout this month, Pluto remains retrograde and Mercury is retrograde, like I said, up until the 23rd. And there will be a bit of a shadow period. Now, the majors, right? The new moon and the full moon. Let's get into it. This new moon in Cancer comes up on the 14th. The major focus of this new moon is going to be your home, your family, your emotional security, business foundations. You know, you might be tapping into some ancestor work as well as personal healing. Now, this is going to be excellent for things like, you know, house blessings and ancestor altars, and starting your protection work, like getting started. Now, we have also sweetening relationships and family prosperity work. All right, so it's that long-term thing, that solid foundation. What are your intentions, right? Now, the next thing we got is the full moon in Aquarius, which happens on the 29th. The focus is shifting to community, friendships, networks, vision, technology, and future plans with that Aquarius energy. This is excellent for things like releasing limiting beliefs, doing group rituals, which we will have some available on the Patreon this month. Vision work is good here. Collective healing and business networking intentions for all my evolved hustlers. Now, Mercury is in retrograde until the 23rd. So right now you want to do more so editing. You want to be focusing in on your rebranding. If there is anything that you want to shift, now is going to be a good time to kind of review it. And speaking of review, that is another primary theme. You may be revisiting contracts and old clients, as well as family conversations are going to be happening right now. There's also emotional communication, so be mindful of that, because I do suggest strongly that you guys avoid major purchases during this time, signing contracts without reviewing them, and launching unfinished offers, right? This is an excellent time, though, if you want to maybe update some products, organize your systems, do some client follow-ups, and finish any unfinished work. You may even want to tap into re-recording some old content, right? You know, refurbish, if you will. Refurbish that content, you know, get into these templates and really just focusing on how you can expand those systems. We have a lot of help from all of these like technology transits that are happening, and it's just easier than ever to really stabilize yourself. There's a wave, right? Speaking of wave, we've got Venus and Mars shifting as well. Venus goes into, as I mentioned, Venus goes into Virgo on the 7th. And money does become more practical, right? Think of a Virgo. The relationship themes here are going to become more so acts of service, having healthy boundaries. You're going to be thinking more about budgeting right now, as well as refinement, you know. Business focus wise, I do see there's some pricing focus. Customer experience is a prime thing. Quality control and brand polish, right? And that is what that energy of Venus in Virgo on the 7th brings, right? Now, Mars is going to enter Gemini on the 2nd. It's been shifting into that overall. So it's going to be orbiting still quite close, right? And the energy has shifted more. You see yourself maybe speaking more, heavy communication, marketing. There's a lot more encouragement for writing and producing original content, maybe even teaching. Sales are are rampant here. There's been a lot more encouragement for live selling, and people are just doing what they got to do. And there's also a sense of community and networking. Now, the shadow aspect of this transit, Mars entering Gemini, has been a few unnecessary arguments, maybe mental overload and scattered focus. Now, the best use of your energy right now is for you to be batching your content, recording your podcast, email campaigns, and sales calls. That's where you put that energy right now. All right. Now, let me take a sip of my tea because July is heavy, honey. Now, there are some things that are going to be exclusive to the actual almanac, which will be PDF download, and you will be able to order a physical copy to come to your home. It's going to be full of great art. So it'll be coffee table worthy, collector's item worthy. But yeah, we're gonna cover as much as I can see, but we definitely have some good points here for y'all. Hold on. Okay, so let me kind of peek through here. Mars and Uranus, this is a conjunction that's going to happen early this month, and you are going to be seeing things like innovation, unexpected pivot, impulsive reactions, sudden breakthrough, as well as rapid news. Now, conjure theme right now, we are focusing in on road openers, okay, y'all? Road openers are going to be good for right now. As long as you have some directions and some foundation, it's a perfect time to do it. There's also a Mercury Cazimi mid-July, and these are going to be building things like divine downloads, revelation, insight after a period of confusion, and mental clarity as well. This is a good time to get your divination done if you were interested in some form of working. That is a good time to tap into seeing if this is the right thing to do. Automatic writing, if that's your thing. And if you like pulling cards independently, again, mid-July is when you are going to get the most clear answer, right? Now, spirit communication is a big theme right now, so don't be too spooked. You'll be getting a lot of downloads in the physical and during dream, because dream work is also a heavy situation for this month too. Now, let's talk about this rare outer planet harmony, which is occurring mid to late July, right? There's going to be Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. They're going to form a series of supportive aspects that a lot of astrologers are seeing as unusually constructive for a time like innovation, long-term vision, and systematic change, right? Now, these effects may vary by your natal chart. This is still one of the month's standout background signatures, right? So you do have to tune it to you to see where it'll affect, how it will affect. But in general, just like the readings, these things are collective. So fine tune it with some precise information, or you can book a reading for either a birth chart or your business for birth chart as well. Now, I do see some power windows here, and there are going to be there's going to be a good start under July the 9th to the 18th. So a few things you might do is have some sense of spiritual development during this time, and you may be focusing in on creative work as well as vision planning. Now, the 23rd through the 31st, Mercury goes direct, right? So now, confirmation, this is a perfect time for you to launch that offer, do a lot more marketing, sales. You might want to get out and network and even experience a little bit more of public visibility, right? Going live, festivals, things like that is the time, right? Now, there could be some slowing down or blockage, and these windows are going to more so occur from the 1st through the 7th. So, today through the 7th. During this time, you can expect things like schedule changes, a lot of technology hiccups, and communication breakdowns, all right? Just delays overall. You need to be moving carefully, and again, use this time to prep, plan, dot your I's, and cross your T's. Now, the 19th through the 23rd, there is a transition period, and things are going to begin moving. Not necessarily at full speed, but this is the time to focus in on last minute edits, adjustments, or corrections. All right. Again, July the 19th through the 23rd. Now, let's talk about the money on this money flow windows. We do have a few of those. So, July the 8th through the 13th. Okay. This is good for financial planning, revising your pricing, and your budgeting. Okay. Now, the 24th through the 31st is one of the strongest money windows of the month. This is where you want to put a pin again for your sales, your new offers, and maybe you want to tap into some new business partnerships. This is going to be the time to kind of sign and seal those deals. Okay. Now, let me see and make sure we've got all of our astrology covered for that particular time, because I do want to know from you guys. I love to have us kind of ask ourselves questions. So, I guess for astrology overall, each transit is asking us more so, how do we work with the energy instead of letting it work us, right? Leaning with it and rocking with it. You're not just going to let it take over your life. You're going to focus in and, no matter where you are, everyday life, whether you're a spiritual practitioner, creative, or just an entrepreneur, there are just some things that you can use to benefit your journey. So, take that to tea. Now let's get into the root work and conjure, the root work. Every month, I do like giving y'all one spiritual assignment, not a bills, just one. Okay, we're going to be very strategic. We've been talking about it. So, what's one piece of work, if you stay consistent with it all month, that could actually shift something? Okay, maybe it's the road opening. Okay, maybe it's the prosperity work. It could be protection. Maybe even ancestor offerings. And we have been getting into sweetening work, y'all. You will see a lot more of me talking about that. But you got to choose. This month, you got to choose. The goal isn't collecting rituals, because we can get like that, especially when you want things to happen and things are shifting. Sometimes we have to go through a process. But the goal here this month for y'all is building a relationship with your spirit. All right. Now, the spirit is going to be top tier this month. I've got about 4 weeks of rituals that you guys can focus in on to move forward. Now, one for each week. So this week, road opening. All right. Abri Camino, which is a great road opening herb. You also can sub this as well. If it's not available to you, you can sub it. A lot of stuff is available in my Amazon store, FYI, or my apothecary store. One place or the other, you'll find it. It's a good time for Blockbuster work too, y'all. So push it on out. Once you get started, like opening those roads, any leftover residue, from heavier working times, that Blockbuster work is cool. A good Blockbuster herb is black pepper. Can you believe it? Something so easily found in the home. Now, clearing baths are good for the first week too, and I will be giving you guys a few affirmations and psalms for opening your roads. So I went ahead and gave you a little rundown of week 1. Now week 2, which is going to be our sweetening point. Week 3, ancestor communion. And week 4, prosperity and visibility are going to be available on the Patreon, okay? The House of Cush Patreon. Y'all tap in for that. And I'll also be working in some new things for y'all too. For some new rituals and spells y'all can maybe use. Now, we are going to have a time period where more your rituals, speaking of which, are going to be more intense. You can work with whatever energy you want. Let me first say that. But there are going to be times, because you might run yourself into a bind where you need some emergency work or an emergency reading, and you got to see what's what. But if you know, when you got it planned out and you are able to kind of strategically do your workings, these are going to be very potent spaces. We've got July 12th through the 16th, which is the new moon quarter. All right. There are specific things like new beginnings and home blessings and protection work that are going to be more favorable, right? Now, the 23rd through the 31st, with Mercury going direct and that full moon energy, you are going to be pulling in community and getting rid of stagnation, maybe even business blessings, right? There's a good little bit of energy that you guys can work with this month to kind of get yourself set up before what I feel like is the quarter, fall, when we're getting ready to shift into like harvest and hibernation. And if there are phases and seasons where things do tend to shift, for us. I feel like the key behind that though is having like multiple streams and like the category you pick. It could work like a well-oiled machine. It definitely could. It could, honey. So, we've got quite a bit. Now, this month, you guys, no matter what field, entrepreneur, like I said, CEOs, your founders, and you side hustlers even. You may have a 9-to-5 still. This is the business talk. Now, all of the launching and content creation and networking, and maybe if you have employees, you're going to be looking into hiring this season. Collabs, and there is just going to be a bigger focus on how you show up, right? So as we kind of go through this process, we know that we are building something bigger than ourselves. That's like what that Aquarius energy gives. It very much gives, like, this could create, what's that, Pluto in Aquarius? This could potentially be the wave for quite some time. 2233 for those of you into numerology. Now, I am going to go ahead and open the roads. And we're going to talk about I'm going to do a brief forecast for the elements of fire, earth, air, and water. We're just going to see what's popping, if you will. I just aged myself with that. All right, spirits. Thank you so much for opening the roads for me on behalf of the collective. Thank you so much for covering and protecting us as we go on this journey. And thank you for the gift. I don't abuse it. Yes. What is the vibe for fire signs? Let's see. I'm gonna get like 3 cards for fire signs. Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. Leo, strength in reverse. Clarity. Leo, there could be feeling a little weakness. We got the 3 of Knives, so I'm seeing that there may be a sense of release. Not feeling as strong without whoever this is or this situation. Reconciliation. Maybe you're pushing for something, but the foundation could not be as strong as you would want it, right? As you begin to build yourself back up, your weakness is in your ability to be confident in this part of it. They do need you to slow down, though. They do need you to slow down and make decisions with a clear mind. Slow down. Maybe you could be moving emotionally, and that's how you've been making decisions recently. And it's causing a sense of baneful energy here, and manipulation in terms of stopping you from making decisions here. Gemini could be significant. Fire signs. Oh, Lord. Fire signs. Y'all could be encouraged to maybe slow down, or try to have some, whatever it is, y'all could be inspired to do something that you shouldn't do. Let me just put it like that. Cut corners is what I just heard Spirit saying. Don't cut no corners. Slow down. Yeah, especially when it comes to partnerships and relationships this month, y'all. Courting, fire signs, as well as friendships and people you align yourselves with. Yeah, maybe a little less than generous here with some people this season, and this is how you avoid a tower. They need you to move on from this way of thinking. There's enough to go around. There is some fulfillment that could be coming through here after a period of instability. To be fair, Sagittarius here, you guys may have experienced some form of loss or embarrassment, and it's causing you to maybe miss a few details. Missing a few details. There could be a Virgo here, hermit mode. Hermit, not grounded. Somebody's not grounded when they communicate or make decisions. Sagittarius, this is your vibe. Yes, we need to work around that. Yeah, moving out of emotion. Mother of baskets in reverse. Heavily emotional, but there seems to be some knowledge here that you have acquired, and maybe there is a sense of someone not sharing details with you moving forward about something that was done wrong or misinterpreted in the court of law. Yeah, somebody could be battling a mother of knives here. This is an air sign energy. Someone's making decisions. Libra energy. Who is this? Plan, getting a grip. Licorice root. Domination. Ooh. There's a need to chill. Somebody could also be privately preparing. This person is an enemy. You don't see them like that. 5 of Sticks in reverse. There's a bit of a burden or loss here after some things that were done that shouldn't have been by a masculine. It could be a water sign, father figure, maybe a mentor. Haven't gotten to Aries yet. He is a Pisces. He could be helping with some form of finances for long term. Maybe you guys need to be a bit patient. There could be someone in your life that is sick, Scorpio energy, and they don't have long. So someone could be losing some form of protection. They're having a hard time making peace with the situation. So there is a need to be conservative moving forward, or build, again, that 4 of coins, that foundation. Lack of planning is going to yield its problems over the next 5 weeks, because there could be a father of sticks here rushing in to have some form of communication, or they could be rushing you to make a decision that you're not necessarily comfortable or able to make with the 2 of coins. Refusing to move on from these is a reckless move, a beast. Leo, they're still talking about you guys. They don't want you guys to be forcing whoever this father of coins is. This person is someone could be visualizing something, having a clarity. This person could be having a clarity about a job. This could be a boss. Yeah, they're hopeful about building a long-term relationship with you. There seems to be some sort of illusion lifted over the next 3 days. That maybe in the past you lost out on an offer, but now that you've changed the way you're seeing this emotionally, you decided to move on. A lot is going on, but you're still being gifted some form of knowledge here. Maybe about the fact that you kind of have an unhealthy alliance. Yeah, almost obsessive Capricorn energy. Could be a family here, toxic family. 10 of baskets in reverse. A father figure that could be running. I just heard run out of time, press the time. They have been revealing some sort of information so that you can approach them in a certain type of way. This is very strategic. Like, the way they reveal information is strategic. It's not like a real thing. Yeah, they're trying to end a bit of stagnation or something that could be going on. It could be money, maybe trying to ensure that they are protected. Now, finally, here we are with Aries. And I'm seeing here that there's a big Queen in reverse that you also should be releasing yourself from. I'm also seeing star cards, so Aquarius energy and a masculine, an Emperor in reverse. So Aries, there is a bit of bully energy, bad leadership here, and it's just not for the faint of heart. You're not going to be able to build anything quickly or stable with this type of energy. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, this is an area for discernment for you guys. 10 of knives. And there's also a Bishop CH Mason. So let's see what the herb for them is. Ooh, fire signs. This your reading. Crazy. That is your reading. Cedar and mustard seed. I don't know. I'm going to close that road out. Fire signs. Taurus energy. Yeah. But the 3 people are... It may be a Taurus. It's definitely an Aries masculine and an Aries feminine and an Aquarius. That you definitely need to be mindful of. Not the team. No. Retreat slowly, though. You know that Chariot in reverse. Retreat slowly. Unorthodox. Take what resonates. But, let's go into seeing what's the next vibes. We've got fire signs. Let's get into earth signs. Ooh, Capricorn, Taurus. Okay. I just looked over and the oracle is there, so I'm going to take that. All right. Earth signs. What do we have going on here? I'm going to look into that. This could be family, a family issue. Earth signs. Maybe a family member. They could be appearing to be brave on the surface. They could be an Aquarius. Because their strength, they're trying to be strong. This person is experiencing a loss. And maybe somebody could have lost someone's trust. They don't trust someone. This is what's inspiring some insight here into why maybe you shouldn't be collaborating with this. It's Hunt in reverse. We've got Sagittarius. Yeah, their relationship is not wise because someone can't adapt to the knowledge of something. Somebody's like, they're afraid. This person could be losing their memory, losing their mind. Take it where it resonates. I'm going to read differently today. Yeah, their energy is they've lost the cunning, and it's been revealed by the fact that their power, whatever it is, earth signs, it's not working anymore. They could be like coming for peace. I see peace here because they don't have the power. They've been minimized. They've been cut short. So they could be trying to create, or they could have created something that they can no longer deal. They haven't fulfilled this contract. So their life, they have some form of secret life that they can't take. There's a spirit here, spirit rest. When they rest, spirit rest, somebody's in disbelief about the fact that you've been freed. Their intentions were bad. They weren't playing around as person, but they couldn't trick you because you're going through a rebirth, earth signs. And they could be less than happy that you're receiving some form of love, and maybe you're not like defensive when you speak with this person towards energy. Somebody can't give you something. They've been quite mean. They haven't protected you, and they're just not spiritually evolved. This person wears a mask, could be a Gemini or Pisces. Things have shifted though at the end of the day. Your blessings and your ability to take care of yourself. Maybe you are a little impatient, but this won't fix your confidence. It doesn't help your confidence, okay? All right, earth signs, this what we got for that. Now let's get into the air signs. I'm going to check out the air signs. Earth signs, we close that row. Thank you so much. I'd like to see it. Fire signs, y'all had tea though. Y'all had definitely tea. I like to do a little rundown. Those are more, love to see it. All right, let's get into the air signs. Spirit, what y'all got for the air signs? Spirit, what do the air signs have for y'all? Now be mindful. Be mindful, air signs. There could be an offer coming in over the next 4 months that you're not going to see coming. Maybe from a Leo here. Yeah, this is a Leo. They maybe could be trying to extend you an offer, but they're hiding something that they don't want you to know they're doing. Yeah, this is going to feel like a blindsight moment. I got a Empress, but she's sitting in the upright though. This could be a friend, third party, 3 of Cups here. This could be a third party, air signs. Friendship, this could be an ending or a breakup with the 3 of Swords. And now there seems to be another offer on the table that could be, initially it could be quite good with the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. Maybe quite fulfilling. Yeah, you've got a couple of options. 4, 5, 6. Wait, what is 4, 5, 6, 7 of Cups? The options are limited now. All of them ain't quite good. It's a gray area there. But, approach it with vigor. And now I do see here someone could be like lacking some form of foundation, and maybe they could become upset about their career not moving forward, but it's due to a delay recently. Maybe it was helping you avoid a tower. Maybe you just didn't even want to see, like, there's a separation here that needs to happen, air signs. Like, someone that you care about could have been a situation that transpired over the past 8 months. You've got to make peace with this situation. You've been avoiding making this move, and it was delaying you from fulfilling some form of long-term goal. With the 8 of Pentacles, that could be quite advantageous. This person's just upset because they don't have the resources, and there's a misalignment here. Yeah, job security. Someone could be working with someone and they don't want you to know. An Aquarius. Yeah, this is the truth. Okay, air signs. This energy is not being forthcoming about some finances or opportunity. Maybe where there's a force here. A force to be reckoned with. But anyway, 6 of Pentacles. There's a loss. Somebody could have lost. They had a misfortune. They were good. Here, you were good, but there's a misfortune, Gemini, here that could have caused some bad karma taken away. Because you're sitting here as the Queen of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles. What is these? Yeah, not going to plan. Yeah, Someone could be obsessed with stopping you from executing a plan. They were trying to cause delays recently, and maybe you realize this. You realize someone's involvement, maybe delaying you from achieving divine balance here, some sort of like higher status, maybe. If this is simply just an up in the company or a business, you could be potentially on your way up, like very recognized, very respected in the community, in this business. And this energy may be trying to delay you. The masculine, the King of Pentacles, when it comes to this person could be holding back. They're not able to support this foundation. They're not able to get anything new started. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. There's some slowdown. This person is in debt. They're in debt. They got a lot of responsibilities. They took a lot of leap of faith thinking that things would be successful. Six of Wands, but Spirit again, there's that Chariot in reverse telling you to slow down with the Lovers here. Cancer energy. This is for air signs if you were wondering. There's a Cancer masculine, a King of Cups in reverse, as well as a Queen of Wands here. This Queen of Wands. There's something that somebody could be moving forward with taking some form of action, and they're not sure about revealing this. There's a cycle that could have been like continuing. This person could be cheating. They could be just misguided, not a true leader. And this mother figure, this Queen of Cups in reverse, is upset. They're not feeling like this person is loyal or doing what they said they would do. And this has caused a person to go cold. King of Swords and air sign masculine, just to avoid the fighting. But it's also conditioned them into the Emperor in reverse. This person could be trapped. They don't know what to do. They're not sure how they're going to handle this. And it's causing them to not be able to create or lead or do anything in the physical, right? So be very mindful of worrying with this Nine of Swords about the possibility of getting what you desire. Like in reality, there are just some things you're going to have to make peace with. Air signs of Sagittarius could be involved. And, maybe considering escaping the lot of loss is going to have you moving forward or leaving. There is a deceptive energy here, though. Maybe someone could be positioning themselves, trying to, like I said, feeding you information as a means of control. This person could not be happy right now, and they're seeking to build, or they could be happy. They're not happy to see you building something of significance. So this is more of an internal battle, okay, that has gone on for generations. And that's why I'm going to leave you at, God, air signs. I'm going to drop you off right there. And we are going to get into, last but not least, the water signs. But, yeah, thank you, Spirit. I'm going to close that row with the air signs. Let's get into the water signs. Little bit of fishies, last but not least. And this is the rundown for you guys. For more detailed forecasts in terms of your finances, love, emotional fulfillment, we will be putting those on. You guessed it, House of Cush, where you guys can listen and see a write-up. Okay. Now, water signs, what y'all got for the month of July? Being okay with it, y'all. 4, 5, 6 of Cups. Daily routine, getting out of poverty. Yeah, your life is changing. Even after a series of delays, you are being encouraged to take a leap of faith. It will be successful over the next 6 days, water signs. Now, once you realize that you needed to kind of pull back in terms of relationships, again, Cancer masculine is popping up. You could have been feeling very passionate about this person. You could have been feeling like, but this is a situation where you are going to have to take the lead and not have any fear, no fear. Water signs, you got to be brave, and you got to actually physically get her done. You can't just be whatever. But I'm seeing a breakup here. 3 of Swords. There's a breakup here. Recovering. Y'all know, and y'all remember I was picking it up too for fire signs. So this is a whole different deck. For fire signs, I read out of the Voodoo Tarot deck. And for water signs, I'm reading out of the traditional deck. But take where it resonates. Sun, moon, and maybe your rising. We gonna keep it cute. Anything deeper than that, you guys need to schedule a reading. I do have some available slots. Click the link in my bio to come check me out. But yeah, you can get your forecast for July. But water signs, yeah, the help that you're looking for, it was just placed in the need to like cut your finger off to save your hand. You were missing quite a few details, or you just refused to see this tower. Aquarius here. There could also be a Capricorn involved, but maybe you were just being just overly into it, obsessed with winning. There's again a bit of control. There's a control factor. Maybe a toxic family member. This could be an Aquarius. Ooh, that came out in the reverse. No shade, Aquariuses. But yeah, this person has been working on something for a while. But there's a loss. Nothing that you should regret. This person could be getting hurt. I just heard hurt in some form of travel. The Knight of Wands is here. This fire sign energy. So I'm saying like somebody could be getting hurt physically. I'm also saying maybe in a car. Be mindful of this. Mercury 1001 on the timestamp. It's Mercury Retrograde, y'all. So be mindful of car accidents, physical illnesses, and the person who is negative, they are sick in your life. Could be a family. This accident is gonna get some money. 10 of or they could have gotten money for illness or some accident when you were a teenager, or when you were maybe in your 20s or 30s. It built someone up, and they didn't share this information with you, water signs. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, and now it's coming out in the next 4 weeks. And somebody upset because they have not reached their goal yet. They could be taking something, they've done something illegal, trying to make something happen quick. And maybe they feel like this will end a stagnation. They're hiding maybe some movement, their true personality, how they really do. They don't want you to see this at all. You are the leader of this little situation. You could have been very nurturing and loving in these friendships and collaborations too. You really thought this was gang. But they're not. And there is a lot of third-party energy. There's also a Taurus that could be ending a found partnership. This person is showing up in your energy as well, water signs. This boss, this false leader, this person is not doing what they're supposed to be doing. So that's across the board. Be mindful of again, there's that loss, there's that over responsibility, just doing too much, pretending like they got it together, but they really don't. Be mindful of that person, water signs. It's coming up in y'all too. Anything else we need to know about water sign spirits? Anything else? Tommy ain't got no job. He's a burden. Yeah, the options are limitless, guys. A lot's going to be happening over the next 5 to 6 months. So stay aligned, stay in flow, and yeah. Now, collectively, I'm going to pull from the Oracle. I'm going to see what we got going on because it's a lot. So first thing first, we are going to take a deep breath. And hold on, let me run my feel. We're going to get the energy all the way correct, okay? Now, deep breaths, and I want you guys to think about the message you're meant to receive today, all right? And I'm going to do a little situation. All right? I'll pull 3. Then I'm going to pull the over. All right. Ooh, these are flying out. Should we take them? No, I'm going to keep them. All right. Oracle. The current energy. Ooh, people are not being that kind. Maybe someone from your past. A Capricorn. Capricorn is significant. Spirit is saying, yeah, people who are not kind to you from your past, you no longer are in contract with these people. You do not have to continue to deal with them. You know, in your life, you know, these people, they're trying to come in your life with all these secrets, and you don't need that. You do not need that. It's very secretive energy. Someone's got a secret life. They're not dealing with, that's why this person being mean. Oh, what's that? Tell me about the challenge. You not to overconsume. It's going to take a lot of strength. Not being consumed by this energy is going to take strength. Not to say you don't have it. It came out in the upright, but you got to be mindful this month. Now, the advice. Losses. The losses. Maybe lack of trust. You should be inspired right now. Maybe you don't trust the process because of the losses you took in the past, but that's not the tea. It could change at any moment. At any second, things could shift. Overall, the outcome, instinct. Be the wolf to catch a wolf. For real. Follow your instincts. Follow what you know to be true. 3 could be significant. 6 is significant as well. Yeah. Follow the moon card in reverse. I just looked up at that. Yeah. There is a lot, though. Be mindful of that current energy. And maybe there's some things that you don't want people to know. Like, you don't need to be telling everybody about your personal situations. Like, they ain't got to never let your left hand know what your right hand doing. It's also what I'm picking up. You know, follow your instincts when it comes to these things. And pull your inspiration. Even though, you know, you took an L, you still got to get up and get out there, right? Get up, get out, and do something. Yeah, you're stronger than what's trying to take you over. Stronger than you know. All right, and that is the vibes for the month of July. Now, I'm going to close those rows. Thank you, spirits. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. July, man. If it teaches us anything, guys, it's that abundance isn't only about attracting more. Sometimes abundance looks like protecting what you've already built. And sometimes abundance is just about discipline, you know. That's a form of love for yourself too. And sometimes abundance is about peace. And we'll pay for that. And sometimes abundance is about finally trusting yourself enough to move. Slow down, but get there first. I want to thank you guys for spending part of your day with me here at House of Cush. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, if this episode helped you, share it with another evolved hustler, babes. Someone who's ready to move with intention this month. Yeah, if you know one of those, share with them. Yes, thank you guys. Make sure you follow the show, leave a review. And if you want even more astrology, rootwork, conjure, and exclusive content, come join us inside the House of Cush community on Patreon. Until next time, I want y'all to remember to work your roots, honor your ancestors, the elevated ones, of course. Trust your intuition and keep building the life spirit has been preparing you for. If you are listening to me monthly, I will see you next month. And if you listen to me every day, well, you know where to find me. Turn on your notifications. We'll chat soon. All right, y'all. Talk to you later.